Yeah, so before we start, just talk us through your role and what you do, and then we'll get into the main piece.
I'm Richard Atherton. I'm an associate at Sorvento. I've had a career in consulting where I have played the role of project manager, computer programmer, program manager, change consultant, business analyst, developed business cases. I've played a range of roles in a number of programs.
So you've seen it all.
I've seen it all too.
Well, how do you headline the whole thing before we go too far?
In a nutshell, it's about CIOs being more agile when it comes to running major programs. It's about recognising that we're in an environment where corporate priorities shift all the time, organisational structures are shifting, technology landscapes are shifting. And we need an approach that recognises that reality. So whilst structured, heavily formalised programme management approaches make sense in certain environments where you know the inputs, the outcomes are clear. Let's take the Olympics. We knew where it was happening, we knew the sports, we knew the venues. In that type of environment, a very traditional programme management approach would, I'm sure, be very effective.
Yeah.
In a corporate environment where we are looking to implement a particular vision for the organisation, we're in a different situation. We have a different context and it requires a different approach. So I'm saying be loose in terms of how you arrange that programme. Yes, define the projects that are in that programme. Let's have a vision for each project and let's see how that builds to implement the wider picture. But then empower each of those project managers to own their scope and their requirements. Let's not try and bring it all together into one huge requirements document for an entire program, which we see so often. It's expensive, and almost always the program's moved on before you finish writing the document. So what I'm suggesting is a looser approach to program management, where we empower individual project managers or project workstream leads who own the requirements and own the vision for their piece of the puzzle. But they are fully empowered to manage that through themselves. And the third aspect is to demand feedback from those projects. We're now in a position where we can roll out solutions, processes very quickly to beta groups, to test users, and we can get feedback on how successful we are. We don't have to wait for months of analysis and design to have completed before we can start implementing and rolling out. We can take more of a suck it and see approach. So let's leverage that. Let's bring that into our program philosophy.
Really good. So just to summarise the whole thing in one quick sentence.
So it's about taking a loose approach to program management, loosely coupled projects, empowered project leaders, and demanding feedback, real feedback, ideally from end users, early and regularly.
So if I'm to play it back, you're saying keep it loose, empower your people, and demand feedback.
Demand feedback.
That's great. Great, Richard. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Perfect.